Good day, friends. I want to talk about something we all face at some point in life, the feeling of being weighed down, infected, or stuck. It might not always be obvious, but sometimes life has a way of placing burdens on us that seep into our hearts, our thoughts, and our actions. Maybe it's the sting of rejection, the bitterness of unforgiveness, or the fear of failing again. These infections may seem small, but left unchecked, they can take hold and keep us from becoming the people we were meant to be. But here's the good news: we don't have to stay infected. We have the power to remove the things that no longer serve us, the toxins that hold us back, and the thoughts that limit our potential. We have the ability to rise above it all and step into a place of healing, wholeness, and freedom. You see, life isn't about staying in the struggle. It's about breaking free. It's about saying, I'm not going to let this pain define me. I'm not going to let this disappointment keep me down. I'm not going to let these doubts rob me of my future. It's about choosing to let go. But how do we do that? We start by renewing our minds. Replace the negativity with thoughts of hope. Stop replaying the hurt and start declaring your healing. Don't let what happened yesterday determine your tomorrow. Begin to say, I am stronger than this. I am equipped to overcome. I am destined for greater things. And let me remind you, the process of healing may take time, but every small step matters. Every day you choose to let go of resentment or fear, you're moving closer to the person you were created to be. Every time you speak words of life instead of doubt, you're removing the infection and stepping into your destiny. Friend, you weren't meant to live life weighed down. You were meant to thrive, to live fully restored, and to walk with purpose. So today, decide to remove the infections, release the bitterness, shake off the doubt. Let go of what's been holding you back. When you do, you'll find yourself lighter, freer, and filled with a new joy. This is your time to rise. This is your moment to heal. Don't let the infection stay. Remove it and step into the abundant life that's waiting for you. The best is yet to come. Life has a way of throwing unexpected challenges at us. Sometimes these challenges come in the form of what I call infections. Those things that sneak into our lives and start to weigh us down, often without us even realizing it. These infections can take many forms. They might be a moment of rejection that we can't seem to let go of, a harsh word someone spoke that has taken root in our minds, or even a failure that has left us doubting our own abilities. They could also be negative habits, self-doubt, or toxic relationships that we hold on to because letting go feels too hard. These infections, if left unchecked, can begin to grow, spreading through our hearts and minds, and ultimately affecting every part of our lives. At first, we might not even notice them. We brush them off as small irritations, thinking they don't really matter. But over time, these infections can take hold. They begin to influence how we think, how we act, and even how we see ourselves. You might find yourself waking up feeling less hopeful, less confident, or less motivated than you once did. You might notice that your relationships feel strained or that your dreams no longer seem within reach. These are all signs of an infection that has started to take root. The thing about infections is that they rarely stay in one place. If you get a small cut on your hand and it gets infected, that infection doesn't just stay in the cut, it can spread to your whole body if it's not treated. The same is true for the infections in our spirit. A small seed of resentment can grow into bitterness. A single failure can lead to a lifetime of fear. One negative thought can spiral into a mindset that affects every decision you make. That's why it's so important to recognize these infections early on and address them before they have the chance to spread. Now, recognizing an infection isn't always easy. Sometimes we become so used to carrying these burdens that they start to feel normal. We might think, this is just who I am, or this is just how life is. But I want to tell you today, that's not true. You weren't created to live with infections. You weren't meant to carry the weight of resentment, fear, or doubt. You were created to live a life full of joy, peace, and purpose. And the first step to stepping into that life is to acknowledge that something isn't right. Acknowledging an infection doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you failed. It simply means you're human. We all face moments when life gets the better of us. The key is not to stay in that place. When you notice that something is off, when you feel the weight of an infection starting to take hold, that's your cue to take action. It's like going to the doctor when you're feeling sick. You wouldn't ignore a persistent cough or a fever for weeks on end. You'd go see someone who can help. In the same way, when you notice that your heart feels heavy or your mind is clouded with negativity, it's time to address it. Maybe that means talking to a trusted friend or mentor. Maybe it means spending time in prayer or meditation, seeking clarity and strength. Or maybe it means simply being honest with yourself about what's been holding you back. One of the biggest barriers to acknowledging an infection is pride. We don't want to admit that we're struggling. We don't want others to see our weaknesses. But let me tell you something, there's strength in vulnerability. There's power in saying, I need help. When you're willing to acknowledge that something isn't right, you open the door to healing. Acknowledging an infection also requires self-awareness. It's about paying attention to your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Are there patterns in your life that keep repeating? Are there thoughts that you can't seem to shake? Are there relationships or situations that consistently drain you? These are all signs that there might be an infection that needs to be addressed. The beauty of acknowledging an infection is that it's the first step toward freedom. Once you've identified what's been holding you back, you can begin the process of letting it go. You can choose to release the resentment, forgive the hurt, and replace the negative thoughts with ones that uplift and inspire you. Friend, life is too short to live weighed down by infections. You were created for more than that. You were created to live a life of joy, peace, and purpose. So today, I encourage you to take a moment to look inward. Be honest with yourself about what's been holding you back. And know that acknowledging an infection isn't the end of the story, it's just the beginning of your healing. Let's talk about the importance of removing the things that no longer serve us, those infections of the heart and mind that weigh us down and keep us from living our fullest, most joyful lives. Once we've acknowledged that there's an infection, whether it's resentment, fear, toxic habits, or limiting beliefs, the next step is to remove it. This process isn't always easy, but it's absolutely necessary if we want to step into the freedom and purpose we were meant to experience. Think about it this way. If you have an infected wound, simply acknowledging it isn't enough. You can't just look at it and hope it heals on its own. You have to take action. You might need to clean the wound, apply medicine, or even remove something harmful that's causing the infection. The same principle applies to our emotional and mental infections. If we leave them untreated, they'll continue to grow and spread, affecting every area of our lives. One of the most common infections people carry is resentment. Maybe someone hurt you deeply and you can't seem to let go of the pain. You replay the situation over and over in your mind, thinking about how unfair it was, how wrong they were, and how much it damaged you. But holding on to that resentment doesn't hurt the other person, it hurts you. It's like carrying a heavy backpack everywhere you go. The longer you carry it, the heavier it feels. Removing resentment means choosing forgiveness. Not because the other person deserves it, but because you deserve peace. Another infection that often takes hold is fear. Fear can manifest in so many ways. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. It whispers lies that keep us stuck, telling us that we're not good enough, that we'll never succeed, or that we'll get hurt if we take a chance. Fear is like a chain around your ankles, keeping you from moving forward. Removing fear doesn't mean you'll never feel afraid again. It means choosing to act in spite of your fear. It means reminding yourself that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to keep going anyway. Toxic habits are another type of infection we need to remove. Maybe it's the habit of procrastination, always putting off the things you know you need to do. Maybe it's a pattern of negative self-talk, constantly criticizing yourself and doubting your worth. Or maybe it's an unhealthy relationship that drains you instead of building you up. Removing these habits requires intentionality. It means replacing old harmful patterns with new life-giving ones. It means surrounding yourself with people who encourage and inspire you, and committing to practices that bring out the best in you. But here's the thing, removing infections isn't a one-time event, it's a process. It requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to face discomfort. Sometimes the very things we need to let go of are the things we've held on to for so long that they feel like a part of us. But just because something feels familiar doesn't mean it's healthy. Holding on to pain, fear, or toxic habits may feel safe in the moment, but in the long run, they'll only hold you back. One of the keys to removing infections is replacing them with something better. Nature abhors a vacuum, and so does the human spirit. If you remove negativity but don't replace it with positivity, the negativity will find its way back in. That's why it's so important to fill your mind with uplifting thoughts, your heart with gratitude, and your life with purpose. For example, if you're letting go of fear, replace it with faith. Remind yourself of all the times you've overcome challenges in the past. Speak words of encouragement over yourself saying, I am capable, I am strong, I can do this. If you're releasing resentment, replace it with love. Look for ways to show kindness to others, even if they don't deserve it. And if you're breaking free from a toxic habit, replace it with a positive one. Start a new routine, set new goals, and celebrate every small victory along the way. Removing infections also requires trust. Trust in the process and trust in the bigger picture. Sometimes we hold on to things because we're afraid of what will happen if we let go. But let me remind you, letting go doesn't mean you're losing something. It means you're making room for something better. It means you're creating space for healing, growth, and transformation. So today I encourage you to take a step toward removing the infections in your life. Whether it's resentment, fear, toxic habits, or something else that's holding you back, make the decision to let it go. It won't be easy and it won't happen overnight, but I promise you this, the freedom and joy that come from living unburdened are worth every effort. You were created to live a life of purpose, peace, and abundance. Don't let anything, no matter how small or familiar, keep you from stepping into that life. Healing is a journey, a process that begins when we decide to let go of what weighs us down and commit to restoring our inner selves. Once we've identified the infections in our lives and taken steps to remove them, the next phase is tapping into the power of inner healing. This step is essential because it's not just about what we let go of, it's about what we allow to grow within us. Inner healing is a powerful and transformative process. It's about more than just feeling better temporarily. It's about rebuilding and renewing the parts of you that have been wounded. Maybe life has left you feeling broken, hurt by people you trusted, disappointed by opportunities that didn't work out, or weighed down by years of stress and negativity. Those wounds might feel permanent, but let me tell you this, healing is possible. You have everything you need within you to rise above those challenges and step into a place of peace and strength. The first step in inner healing is acknowledging that you're worthy of it. Too often we carry wounds because we don't believe we deserve to be healed. Maybe you've told yourself, this is just how my life is, or I've made too many mistakes to change now. But those thoughts couldn't be further from the truth. You were created to live a life of joy and purpose. And no matter what you've been through, you are still worthy of healing. Next, inner healing requires that we stop looking outward for solutions to inward issues. It's easy to think that if only our circumstances changed, we'd feel better. If I had a different job, I'd be happy. If that person apologized, I'd finally have peace. If I could just fix this one thing, my life would be perfect. But healing doesn't come from external changes. It comes from within. True healing happens when we stop relying on what's around us and start nurturing what's inside of us. One of the most important tools for inner healing is forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't about excusing what someone else did or pretending it didn't hurt. It's about releasing the hold that pain has over you. It's about saying, I'm not going to let this define me anymore. When you choose to forgive, whether it's someone else or even yourself, you're giving yourself permission to heal. You're taking back the power that pain and resentment have stolen from you. Another essential part of inner healing is gratitude. When you've been hurt or disappointed, it's easy to focus on what's wrong. But healing requires that we shift our perspective and start noticing what's right. Take a moment each day to reflect on the blessings in your life, no matter how small they may seem. Gratitude has a way of softening our hearts, lifting our spirits, and helping us see the bigger picture. Healing also requires patience. Sometimes we want instant results. We think, I've let go of the resentment. Why don't I feel better yet? But healing is rarely immediate. Just like a physical wound takes time to mend, so do emotional and spiritual wounds. It's okay to have days when you don't feel strong. It's okay to take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. What matters is that you keep moving forward, trusting that the process is working even when it doesn't feel like it. Part of that trust comes from faith. Faith in yourself, faith in the process, and faith in something greater than yourself. When you're healing, it's important to remember that you're not alone. There's a strength within you that's bigger than any pain you've experienced. Tap into that strength. Let it guide you, comfort you, and remind you that healing is possible. Inner healing also involves self-care. It's about making intentional choices to nurture your mind, body, and soul. This could mean setting boundaries in relationships, practicing mindfulness or meditation, or taking time to rest and recharge. Self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. You can't pour from an empty cup, and healing requires that you take the time to fill yourself back up. Finally, inner healing is about rediscovering your purpose. Pain and trauma have a way of making us lose sight of who we are and what we're meant to do. But as you heal, you'll find that your passion, creativity, and dreams start to come alive again. You'll begin to see that even the most difficult experiences can lead to growth and transformation. Friend, inner healing isn't just a process, it's a gift. It's a chance to reclaim the parts of yourself that were lost or buried. It's an opportunity to rise above your pain and step into a new chapter of your life, one filled with hope, joy, and purpose. Healing doesn't mean the scars will disappear, but it does mean they won't define you. It means you'll carry them not as marks of defeat, but as reminders of your strength. So today, I encourage you to take a step toward inner healing. Be patient with yourself. Lean into your faith and trust the process. You have everything you need to heal and grow within you. Let that truth guide you and watch as your life begins to transform from the inside out. Our thoughts are powerful. They shape our actions, influence our emotions, and ultimately determine the course of our lives. That's why renewing your mind is one of the most vital steps in overcoming the infections that hold you back. If you want to step into a life of freedom, healing, and purpose, it all starts with changing how you think. Here's the thing, your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant there will grow. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, don't be surprised when your life starts to feel heavy and unfulfilled. But if you plant seeds of hope, faith, and positivity, you'll begin to see beauty and joy take root in your life. The question is, what kind of garden are you growing? Renewing your mind begins with recognizing the thoughts that no longer serve you. Maybe it's the thought that says, I'm not good enough, or the one that says, I'll never be successful. Maybe it's a constant replay of past mistakes, or a fear of what might go wrong in the future. These thoughts might feel normal because you've been carrying them for so long, but they're not the truth. They're infections that have taken hold, and it's time to uproot them. How do we do that? By replacing the lies with truth. Instead of dwelling on the thought that says, I'm not good enough, start declaring, I am capable, I am strong, and I have what it takes. When fear tries to creep in, respond with faith. I don't know what the future holds, but I trust that I am equipped to handle whatever comes my way. And when the past tries to haunt you, remind yourself, I am not my mistakes. I am growing, I am learning, and I am moving forward. This isn't about ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on what empowers you rather than what holds you back. It's about training your mind to see the good even in difficult situations and to believe that better days are ahead. Renewing your mind also involves what you feed it. If you're constantly surrounding yourself with negativity, whether it's from people, media, or even your own self-talk, you're going to struggle to think positively. But if you make an effort to fill your mind with uplifting and inspiring messages, you'll find it easier to maintain a mindset of hope and possibility. This might mean limiting the time you spend scrolling through social media or watching the news. It could mean spending more time reading books, listening to podcasts, or watching shows that encourage and uplift you. Or it might mean surrounding yourself with people who speak life into you rather than drain you. What you consume has a direct impact on how you think, so choose wisely. Another important aspect of renewing your mind is gratitude. When you focus on what you're thankful for, it's hard to stay stuck in negativity. Start each day by thinking of 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. Sometimes it's the little moments that matter most. Maybe it's the warmth of the sun on your face, the laughter of a loved one, or even the simple pleasure of a good cup of coffee. Gratitude shifts your perspective and helps you see the beauty in life, even when things aren't perfect. Renewing your mind isn't a one-time event. It's a daily practice. It requires consistency and intentionality. You might find yourself slipping back into old thought patterns from time to time, and that's okay. The key is to catch yourself, redirect your thoughts, and keep moving forward. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. Just like planting a garden takes time, so does renewing your mind. You won't see the results immediately, but if you stay consistent, you'll begin to notice a shift. You'll find yourself responding to challenges with more grace, approaching life with more confidence, and seeing possibilities where you once thought limited. There's a scripture that says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Transformation doesn't happen from the outside in, it happens from the inside out. If you want to change your life, you have to start with your thoughts. Friend, your mind is one of your greatest tools. Don't let it be overtaken by weeds of negativity and fear. Take control of your thoughts, plant seeds of hope and faith, and watch as your life begins to bloom. Renew your mind and you'll discover a strength, peace, and joy that you never knew was possible. Today is a new day, a fresh start. You have the power to choose what you focus on, and that choice will shape your future. So, choose thoughts that build you up, not ones that tear you down. Choose to see the good, even when it's hard. Choose to believe that the best is yet to come. Because when you renew your mind, you renew your life. Stepping into the light of purpose is one of the most transformative steps you can take on your journey to healing and freedom. It's not enough to just remove the infections from your life and renew your mind. You also have to embrace the unique calling and destiny that is placed within you. You weren't created to simply exist or to go through the motions of life. You were created with a purpose, a reason for being. And stepping into that purpose brings fulfillment and meaning that no external circumstance can take away. Finding your purpose often begins with a simple yet profound realization. Your life has value. No matter what you've been through, no matter the mistakes you've made, no matter how ordinary you might feel, you have a role to play in this world that only you can fulfill. Your experiences, talents, dreams, and even your struggles all come together to equip you for something greater than yourself. But you have to be willing to step into that light, to embrace the potential within you, and to let go of the fear that holds you back. Stepping into your purpose isn't about waiting for the perfect moment or for everything to fall into place. It's about making a choice right where you are to start moving forward. Maybe you feel like you don't have it all figured out yet, and that's okay. Purpose is often revealed step by step, not all at once. Sometimes it starts with just doing the next right thing, helping someone in need, pursuing a passion, or taking a small step toward a goal. Each step brings more clarity and confidence, guiding you closer to the life you were meant to live. A key part of stepping into your purpose is learning to let go of comparison. It's so easy to look at others and think, they're more talented than me, or their life seems so much more significant. But your purpose isn't meant to look like anyone else's. It's uniquely yours. Comparison is a distraction that pulls you away from the beauty of your own journey. Instead of looking to others for validation, look within. Reflect on what brings you joy, what stirs your heart, and what leaves you feeling energized and alive. Those are often clues to your purpose. Another barrier to embracing your purpose is fear of failure, fear of the unknown, or even fear of success. You might hear a voice in your head that says, what if I try and it doesn't work out? But I want to challenge that thought with a different question. What if it does work out? What if stepping into your purpose leads you to opportunities, relationships, and experiences that exceed your wildest dreams? Don't let fear rob you of the future you were created for. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward in spite of it. Stepping into your purpose also requires perseverance. There will be challenges along the way, and there will be days when you feel like giving up. But purpose isn't about never facing obstacles. It's about choosing to rise above them. It's about seeing setbacks as setups for growth and letting every challenge shape you into a stronger, wiser, and more compassionate person. Remember, every great story includes moments of struggle. But those struggles are what make the triumph so much sweeter. One of the most rewarding parts of stepping into your purpose is the impact it has on others. Your purpose isn't just about you, it's about the lives you touch along the way. When you're living in alignment with your purpose, you inspire others to do the same. You bring light to dark places, hope to those who feel hopeless, and encouragement to those who are struggling. Your purpose has the power to create ripples of change that extend far beyond what you can see. Finally, stepping into your purpose is about trust. Trusting that you are exactly where you need to be, trusting that your journey is unfolding as it should, and trusting that you have everything you need to succeed. Even when the path seems unclear, even when you face doubts and setbacks, trust that you are being guided towards something greater. Purpose is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up, doing your best, and believing that your efforts matter. Friend, you were created for a reason. There's a light within you that's meant to shine, a difference that only you can make, and a story that only you can tell. Don't let fear, doubt, or the opinions of others hold you back. Step boldly into your purpose, knowing that you are equipped, you are capable, and you are enough. The world needs what you have to offer, and your best days are still ahead. Today is the day to embrace the life you were meant to live. One filled with meaning, impact, and boundless possibilities. Living in the fullness of your purpose requires courage and boldness. It's one thing to know your purpose. It's another thing to live it out day in and day out. This is where trust and faith come in. Living fully means letting go of control and embracing the adventure that life has to offer. It's about trusting that the path you're walking even with its ups and downs, is leading you exactly where you need to go. Sometimes we hold ourselves back because we want to control every outcome. We want to know exactly how everything will unfold, and we want to be prepared for every challenge. But life doesn't work that way. The truth is, you may never have all the answers, and you may never feel fully prepared for what lies ahead. But that doesn't mean you can't step forward with confidence. It means you can walk by faith, trusting that the steps you take today will lead to greater things tomorrow. Living fully also means being willing to take risks. If you play it safe all the time, you may miss out on the opportunities that are meant to stretch you, grow you, and shape you into the person you were meant to be. Courage doesn't mean you won't feel fear. It means you act in spite of fear. It means you trust that every risk you take is an investment in your growth and your future. Yes, there may be setbacks or moments when things don't go as planned, but the risks you take today will teach you lessons and open doors that you never imagined. When you live fully, you also choose to embrace every season of your life. There will be seasons of growth, seasons of rest, and seasons of challenge. None of these seasons are wasted. Each one plays a crucial role in shaping who you are becoming. It's easy to wish away the hard seasons, but I challenge you to embrace them. Trust that the difficulties you face are refining you, preparing you for what lies ahead, and strengthening your character. Even in the hardest moments, you are being equipped for greater things. Living fully means being present in the moment. So often we are either looking to the past or worrying about the future. We think about what we should have done differently or stress about what might happen down the road. But the key to truly living is being fully present right here, right now. When you focus on the present moment, you open yourself up to the beauty and possibilities of today. This is where joy is found. When we stop worrying about what's next or what's been and simply engage with the life in front of us. Moreover, living fully means embracing your true self. So many people live in fear of being judged or criticized, so they hide parts of themselves in order to fit in. But the more you hide, the more disconnected you become from your true purpose. Your individuality is a gift. It's the unique blend of experiences, talents, passions, and perspectives that makes you who you are. Embrace who you are unapologetically. The world needs your authenticity. You have a light within you that no one else can offer, and when you let that light shine, you give others the freedom to do the same. Living fully also involves extending grace to yourself. None of us are perfect, and we all make mistakes. But those mistakes do not define us. It's important to learn from them, grow through them, and keep moving forward. Don't let the fear of making mistakes hold you back from living fully. Understand that every misstep is an opportunity to learn, adjust, and continue on your path. To live fully means living with a heart of gratitude. It's easy to get caught up in what's wrong or what's missing, but living fully requires a shift in perspective. Choose to focus on what you have, not what you lack. Be grateful for the people in your life, the opportunities you've been given, and the lessons you've learned. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, and it opens up the door for more blessings to flow into your life. Finally, living fully is about understanding that you're not in this alone. You were created for community, and the people around you play a vital role in your journey. Reach out to others, be there for them, and allow them to be there for you. We were never meant to walk through life in isolation. When we come together, we create something bigger than ourselves. Together we can overcome challenges, celebrate victories, and build a future filled with hope. Friend, you are called to live fully. Don't let fear, doubt, or insecurity hold you back. Embrace the adventure of life with open arms, trusting that every step you take is leading you toward the life you were meant to live. Trust that your purpose is unfolding and that each moment is an opportunity to grow, give, and experience the beauty of the life in front of you. Today is a gift, and it's up to you to make the most of it. Live fully and watch as your life becomes a reflection of the greatness within you. As you take these steps toward healing, growth, and living fully, remember that each moment is an opportunity to move forward. The journey may not always be easy, and there may be days when you feel uncertain or challenged, but trust that every step is leading you towards something greater. Your past doesn't define you. Your mistakes don't limit you, and the obstacles you face only serve to build your strength and resilience. Embrace the process, knowing that healing takes time and every moment of progress, no matter how small, matters. Be kind to yourself, recognizing that you are a work in progress and your worth is not determined by perfection, but by the courage you show in facing each day. And as you move through life, remember that your purpose is powerful, unique, and essential to this world. You have a light within you that can bring hope, change, and inspiration to others. Don't hold back from shining brightly. Step confidently into who you are meant to be and trust that you are equipped with everything you need to succeed. Lastly, always choose to live fully with gratitude, joy, and authenticity. Life is not about perfection, but about living each day with intention and heart. The best is yet to come, and you are more than capable of stepping into the fullness of your life's journey. So keep going, keep growing, and know that you are never alone on this path. The world is waiting for what you have to offer, and today is the perfect day to begin. Goodbye for now, and may your journey ahead be filled with purpose, peace, and endless possibilities.